The fantastic shoemaker. Today we will discuss the exercise of the fantastic shoemaker. So we will start from the summary of the lesson. Author says that when he was young, his father took him to his shop. His shop was in Kisahwani Bazaar. He was an expert in shoemaking. A black Peshawari chappal overhung on the wooden door of his shop. He used different tools like mallet, awl, anvil, a big square shaped stone. He used to make quality shoes, and they were durable and permanent. Once the author complained about the creaking sound of his shoes, but he first refused to accept but later said to him that if he if he could not mend the shoes, he will pay him the money he paid for those shoes. Then the author went abroad and could not meet Zeringul for several years. When he came back to Peshawar, he went to Zeringul's shop. He asked, first he introduced himself and then he asked about his business, how his business was going. Zeringul replied that the multinational firms have taken their job. They do not make quality shoes, but they use their hands, not their brains. Multinational firms have taken their job and now they do not have anything to do, so they are jobless now. The author ordered many pairs of shoes. A week later, when he comes back, he saw that the shop of Zeringul was taken over by a multinational firm. He died because of starvation, and the author returned home with heavy heart because an expert was lost. Now we will answer these questions which are at the end of this lesson. Why is Zeringul different from other businessmen? Okay, so you were asked how he was different, so you can answer shortly that he was an expert in shoemaking. Okay, so the answer is Zeringul is very much different from other craftsmen. He is an expert in shoemaking. His handmade shoes are usually durable and perfectly fit on the feet. The second question is, how did the author come in touch with the Ringul brothers? Okay, so it means that how he knew Zeringul. Okay, the answer is the author came in touch with Zeringul and brothers by the time his father took him to his shop in order to order a pair of shoes. The handmade shoes of Zeringul were famous for durability and suitability in the town. Thus, the author turned to be a regular customer of him. The third question is, describe the shoemaker and his shop. How his shop was, you have to describe. Okay, the answer is Zeringul is a hard working craftsman whose handmade shoes are well known for its suitability and durability throughout the town. He works in a small and serene shop which is situated in one of the busy streets of Kisahwani Bazaar. Instruments and tools of shoemaking business can be observed on the floor of the shop. Fourth question is, what were Zeringul's priorities in making shoes? It means that what did he prepared in shoemaking? It was obviously quality, durability and fitness. Okay, so the answer is fitness, durability, suitability and quality were the main priorities of Zeringul while making shoes. His handmade shoes were mysterious, wonderful and preferred by the locals. Fifth question is, what is the setting of the story? The setting means the time and place of the story. So the answer is, the setting of the story is quite charming and well prepared. The shop is described as being quiet and serene, located in a busy street of Kisahwani Bazaar. An old man of 50 works eagerly in the shop. The tone is also serious and not less than grave. Sixth question is, what is the conflict about in the story? It means what is the issue in the story, the main issue in the story. So the answer is, the conflict arises at the point when the big firms take away the work from the shoemakers. This has a bad impact on their business and they ultimately lose their jobs. The seventh question is, what was the author's opinion about Zeringul as a shoemaker? So what did the author think about Zeringul? So you have to answer. The author believed that Zeringul was an expert in shoemaking business. He was an honest man who never compromised on quality. His views about shoes were considered so much authoritative and final that no one dared to reject them. Next question is, why did the author visit the shop after a long time? So he was abroad, that's why he visited for after a long time. Okay, so the answer is, the author visited the shop of the fantastic shoemaker after a long time because he was abroad for pursuing higher studies and career. He returned home after 15 years, and as soon as he returned, he visited Zeringul's shop. Last question is, what was Ringul's complaint against big firms? What did he complain about big firms? His complaint was that they have taken job by advertisement. So the answer is, according to Zeringul, the big firms took away all their work only by advertisements and not by work. He complained that the firms hired a large number of shoemakers only to use their hands and not their brains, which had badly affected the art of shoemaking. Dear students, these were the questions at the end of the lesson, and these notes will be shared with you in the notes corner.